Everyone, Semaganda Joseph for Big Game Animal Breeding Farm. Thanks once again for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today we shall be discussing the steps taken when you're starting a small farm. There are two factors to consider. You have the economic factors and the personal factors. And again, you must have a master plan. But before going into the depth of a master plan, let us first talk about the economical factors which you should consider before starting a farm. Do you have enough initial capital to invest in the business? Because usually this business takes 2 to 3 years minus earning anything. So you must have initial capital to invest in this business.
Do you have enough working capital to support the business for the period it will be in negative cash flows, so that the turnaround is not affected by the lack of capital? So how prepared are you?
To run a business which requires persistence, good management, patience and availability. Does your current situation as a person favor the kind of business you are entering into? Or you need to first work on yourself? Are you passionate about farming? Are you the kind of person who suffers a loss and you nearly fall sick because you are depressed about that loss? Are the person who is excited about failing as long as there are prospects of succeeding in the near future? What kind of a person are you? Are you the kind of person who can handle people who never went to much schooling like you, and you handle them properly so that you can handle your business in your business?
Are you that kind of a person who can look at the process before the money and can be able to endure through the hardships of that process? So it's very important to assess yourself. At what stage of life are you? Are you in that stage where you have so many things to do that if you start this farm, you are only available perhaps once a month, or you are totally unavailable? Are you a telephone farmer? I would call it self-profiling over your ability to run a business that requires patience, persistence, availability, and good management. Because it takes time to be a better farmer, it takes time to accumulate more knowledge, so you have to be patient. Assuming you have self-assessed yourself and you feel like you qualify to start a goat farm, the first thing that should come in your mind is land. The size of the land will determine the system of grazing you are to employ. That is to say, zero grazing, free range or semi-intensive system of grazing, and also the number of animals you can accommodate on a piece of land. On free range, an acre accommodate a maximum of 20 goats. If it is zero grazing, an acre can provide grass and feeds for 50 goats. After knowing that, now look at the master plan in detail to know where does it start from and where does it end. First of all, get some knowledge. Mainly read books, YouTube channels, farm visits, and mainly visit those farms which fits your style of farming. Instead of figuring out everything yourself, when I was starting last year in August 2021, I visited Ham Animals Breeding Farm. This helped me to have a model to follow and also to take away the trial and the error out of things for me. And as I learn more about farming, I'm adopting his and my own methods to a particular circumstances, but knowing how ham works helped me hit the ground running in the beginning. See what other farmers are doing better with a critical eye. Decide the genetics or the type of breed you want to keep. Do you want locals, pure savannas or boas, kiko goats, milky goats, or boa and savannah crosses? So that you can make more research on the breeds you want to keep. Many visit successful farmers in this field who can positively impact you or motivate you to start. The second thing to consider is fodder or feeds. This is a major problem when starting goats or sheep farming, because what comes to our minds first are the goats, and that happens all the time. Never ever be excited with the animals before preparing feeds. I'm telling you this out of experience for the 1 year I have been in goats and sheep farming. It is totally a disaster because you lose animals. They will miscarry, they will lose weight, among others. So never stock animals before preparing feeds. And secondly, never stock animals before preparing structures and other animal handling facilities. So the right thing to do, begin with fodder. Grow the fodder first in case you have big land, and even if you have 2 to 3 acres of land, grow your fodders at least on 1 acre.
because people with big chunks of land and us with a few acres of land are affected in the same way during the dry season. So food security is very important. But you can do food security by doing silage or haylage and hay. In case you grow your fodder first and something happens along the way, you can sell it off. Or if you don't have enough money to purchase the animals, construct structures, or procure some animal handling tools, you can inside a package and sell. If you have enough silage within the first year, you can sell it and raise initial capital to procure the animals. But if you start with the animals and you don't have enough feeds, your farm cannot be supported to go to the positive cash flow. After planting your fodder, you can now start constructing the structures as your fodder grows and buying of other equipment. In this, the structure is growing and the structures are being done and procurement of other equipment like the fodder chopping machines. At this point, it is the right time to start having the workers and manager at the farm. On the structures, I would recommend a simple, cheap and technical structure. Reason being, it's better to spend more money on the stock than spending more money on the structure. Yet nobody will buy your structure. In the long run, you can sell off some of the goods and construct a better one. A technical house should be well aerated and ventilated. Should have an exercising area, a spraying area called a crash, a kid's pen, and a pen should be raised. And in case of zero grazing, should include the feed troughs in the exercising area. The cost of the structure is determined by the location of your farm, and the door to enter of the house should be at the end corner of the goat's house. For non-raised goat houses, or call them the ground houses, the exercising area should at least be 3 times bigger than the size of the house. The bigger the exercising area, the better. Please don't cement the ground. Generally, one female goat requires 20 square feet area, a male requires 15 square feet area, and kids 5 square feet area. Another thing to consider is water. Goats need continuous supply of fresh water all the times. Water availability is particularly important for recently weaned kids and lactating does. Lactating goats require 3 to 5 liters a day and up to 10 liters for milking goats. The size of the house will be determined by the size of the breeding stock. People always ask, how many goats can I start with? But to me, there is no risk in starting with as many as you can. Risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. But if you are well prepared and you know what you are doing, you can even start with 1,000 goats. In life, never wish for less challenges. Wish for more wisdom. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And never let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. May God bless you.